this video today, I'm going to show you 10 ways to help you get that listing first time, every time, nail it. Isn't that what you want? Now, if you get every listing you go on and you nail it, don't listen to this video. But if not, I'm Nancy Dykeman. I'm a local real estate broker, and I've got 10 ways for you to get that listing. So subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you'll get these great videos every time they come out. And I've got a bonus tip for you at the end. So stay tuned till the very end. It's not that long. All right. So number one, first of all, before I get to number one, let's do this. Don't do a two-step listing appointment. Do you know what a two-step listing appointment is? It's when you go out and you look at the home and you ooh and ah and you bond with the seller, and then you go back and you say, I'm going to have to go back and do some more research and get my presentation ready for you, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it. Why do you not want to do that? Because there are some killer real estate agents out there right now who are going to nail it on their first appointment. And if you compete with them by doing a two-step in a market like this, you're going to lose more times than you're going to win. And here's why. We live in an instant gratification society nowadays, okay? Everybody's got the internet. It's instant this and instant that. So don't you want to be ready when you go on that appointment? You can always make adjustments. You know, your market analysis is not ironclad. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't make it ironclad because you haven't been to the house yet. You haven't seen it. So if you want to do a great one-step listing appointment and get that listing before you walk out the door and get the signatures, then listen up. This is the way we do it. All right. Number one, to have a pre-listing package or not to have a pre-listing package. Okay, who are you competing with in your market? Do they have a good pre-listing package? Do you want to have a good one? We'll do that in another video. But for right now, I would say yes. Have a pre-listing packet. Either get it to the house, depending on your owner, depending on your seller. Either get it to the house on a hard copy ahead of time or email it to them. Do it digitally. If they're digital, and this is a digital age, they'll be happy to look at it online. But don't give too much away in that pre-listing appointment. You want to pique their interest and leave something to be said when you get there. If you give them everything, including the price, before you get there, they might just call you up and say, don't come over. I already got your information. So have a great one that tells about you, about your company, your statistics, and a bit more things. But don't put that full market analysis in there. That would be my suggestion, okay? All right, because they want to see that when you get there. Number two, ask questions ahead of time before you get there. You've talked to them on the phone. They've agreed to let you come out. There's a series of questions that we would not go on a listing appointment without getting the answers to. And if you send me a quick email, I'll send you a list of those questions. So my email's below. You can send me a request email and I'll email that out to you. It's great. I used it all the time when I listed and sold properties, and boy, did I seem so much more like an expert when I got there if I had already asked those questions. But there's a secret to number two. The secret is, as you ask these questions, you're listening very, very careful to their answers. And in the way they answer your questions, you're going to be able to determine a little bit about their personality and their needs before you get there. And you can accommodate them respectfully by matching their personality type. Okay, number three. Show up mentally, show up physically. Whatever you have to do to be mentally prepared for that listing appointment, do it. It could be affirmations. It could be listening to a good tape before you get there. A good tape. I'm telling my age. It could be listening to something online before you get there, or something on your phone that's very positive. Something that makes you feel good. It could be just some jam up music. Whatever it is, get that energy level up before you walk in that door. Make sure that they know that you are here physically and mentally to meet their needs. Number four, be prepared. Do the research, do the comps, have hard copies for the owners. Yes, you can go over listing appointments on your computer. Yes, or on your iPad. Yes, you can do hard copies. Which one does the seller prefer? How do you know before you get there? So do both. Have both. and maybe have one hard copy for the seller and one hard copy for the other seller, or if there's 3 sellers. I've had as many as 5 on one appointment, and I brought something for each one of them. That showed how prepared I was, and guess what? I got the listing in an entire community for doing that one. So just be prepared, have hard copies for each owner, have the digital program for each owner, whatever they prefer, and you'll know when you get there. Number 5, the list of services that you offer. Sometimes, and a lot of us, we do have a list of services that we offer now that's so different than it used to be. The Matterports, the virtual tours, the professional photographs, the stagers, the repairmen, all of the things that you're going to do to get it out on the internet, all of the past clients that you're going to contact in your sphere, and all of those crazy things that could help them get that home sold. But we don't want to spew on them, and we don't want to give them something that they don't want. So as you go through the things that your company offers, you might ask, particularly on open houses nowadays. Some people do not want an open house, and other people think you should open house it every single day. So go through and engage them in the conversation as you're doing this. Is this something that you feel is important? Okay? Number 6, show them the competitive homes that are currently on the market first. You're going to go through the market analysis with them. I'm sure you've done one. But here's the thing. What's most important to them at this time are the homes that they're competing with on the market. So show them the competitive ones first, the ones that are still available. Now, if one's been on the market a while and not sold, you're going to want to bring that to their attention too. So show the days on market. Now, we're going to be doing another video where we actually do a listing presentation, mock-up, of course. So we'll go through this and you can see it for your own. So be sure and subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll get those videos. Show them the ones that are in pending now. So show them how many days it took to sell those homes. Show them the ones that are in pending that are most similar to theirs. And then lastly, but not leastly, show them some of them that actually closed. Sometimes the neighbors talk and they'll say something sold for higher than it did, or they leave out some other very important details. But so I'd show the current competitive ones first, the ones that are on the market now, the pendings next, and how many days it took to get them in pending, and then the solds. And as you go through this with the seller, instead of telling the seller the price, you're asking the seller, how close do you think this one is to your home in range of price? What do you think about this one? You think your home is nicer than this one or not quite as nice? So asking those questions engages them in the pricing of their home, so they feel more important and empowered and more a part of the process. And that's very important to people. It really is. Instead of just going in and saying your home is worth X amount of dollars. And you could be wrong these days. We're wrong a lot these days because the prices are going up so quickly that we actually don't know exactly what a home's going to sell for sometimes. And I've been doing this for 35 years, and our realtors are surprised every day at what's happening in the market. So it could start going the other way, right? And you'll know, if you have all of that data with you, you'll know that, hey, wait a minute, homes are taking 30 days to sell now. They were only taking 2 days. So you can show that to the current owner and let them make a decision based on those types of facts. Number 7, be sensitive to the body language that you're getting on the appointment. So if you start talking too much and not asking enough questions, be sensitive to the reaction that you're seeing them give you right now. Are they still making eye contact? Are they still leaning in? Are they looking at their watch to see if your time's up? Maybe you've talked too much without asking a few questions. Just body language. Body language is so important. So watch the body language as you're talking with them and start asking questions if you feel like you're losing them a little bit. If they're looking at their watch, you're losing them. Now, if they start talking about commission a little bit, I heard something on a video this morning that I really liked. If they're talking about lowering your commission or listing with someone who will do it cheaper, what one gentleman who was a pro in the business said this morning is like, we get one opportunity to do this and do it right. we're not selling a toaster here. We're selling a big investment of yours. So we want to make sure that we do everything right. And you can start out, by hiring the wrong person or putting the wrong commission on it. And the internet is very transparent now. Everybody can see how many days your home has been on the market. They can see all the price reductions, things like that. So, this is a big investment for you. I take this extremely seriously. So just be sure that you're making the right decision for yourself, because this is a very large investment, and a little bit in commission can cost you a lot of money in the pricing and the actual final sales price of your home. Okay? Now, if you've asked a lot of questions, and this is actually going to be number 9, if you've asked a lot of questions before you went on that appointment, at this point, when you're going through your presentation, you're going to know a little bit about the sellers. You're going to know if they're very interested in statistics and all of the analytical data, if they're interested in, if they're very expressive, they're going to be very expressive when you come in the door, and you're going to know that their personality type is very expressive, and you're going to step up your game a little bit and be a little more expressive too. If they're looking for short answers and quick answers and they just want to get to the bottom line, you're going to know that, and you're going to be more bottom line oriented. When you get there, you're going to be more direct with your conversation. Or if they are very concerned about this and very concerned about that, then you're going to know that that's the personality type they are, and you're going to be more concerned and listen very carefully to what their concerns are and ask a few questions and tell me in what way you feel like that will impact you. Those kinds of questions. We want to make sure we do this and that you feel comfortable as we proceed. So those are the ways you handle the different personality types, which is also a different video, but we'll get to that. Lastly, but not leastly, ask for the order while you're there. Don't forget to ask for the order while you're there. You've already got the paperwork ready, right? You've already got everything filled out. You can do a quick seller's net sheet to let them know you've got everything in your package that they would need to have to get started today. You can start lining up the photographer. No, it's not ready to put an MLS yet. Get the listing signed. Depending on the personality type of your seller, how ready the house is, and you're going to know these things. Go ahead and have it signed and leave up to 2 weeks, depending on the needs of the seller, to put it into MLS. There's a form for that, and we all have the form now, so just have that ready for you. You want to get started on this house right away. You're going to have the photographer lined up. You're going to have maybe some cleaning people lined up. Maybe you're going to have some handymen lined up, whatever it is that they need to be able to get this house ready to be on the market. Maybe it's a stager, maybe it's a declutterer, but you explain that. If you go ahead and sign the paperwork today, we're going to leave 2 weeks to get all this stuff ready. I've got a stager, I've got a handyman, I've got a painter, I've got a declutterer, I've got a great photographer. All of those things, I'm ready to go to work for you today. So yes, we're not going to put it in MLS today. It simply gives me the authority to go ahead and get started on all of the things that I'm going to do for you to get your home sold. So that's how you ask a seller for the order, right? Because they're not ready to list with you because the house isn't you. There's always something to be done, but that's okay. This is just for you to get started, right? Well, guess what? That's also the listing contract, and you have until they feel comfortable. You can put it as many days ahead as you want to before it actually goes in MLS. So they have a comfort level that they have 3 days, 2 weeks, a month, whatever length of time it's going to take to do all the things, and you're going to help them through the process. You are now their concierge, and you're going to get this home ready to be sold. Okay? Now, there's one more bonus tip that I want to give you. They can ask you at any time during this listing appointment, why would we list with you? What makes you different? Why would we choose you over the other people that we're interviewing? Now, it might have already become obvious, or it might not, but you've got to have your elevator pitch, your compelling reason right then, no matter when they ask this in the conversation. You got to have that compelling reason ready. And if you've nailed your compelling reason, that is going to go very far for you getting that listing signed before you walk out the door. I hope you've enjoyed this interview. I've certainly enjoyed doing it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you for listening.